AM 1430 KRGI and 105.5 FM. Good morning. I'm Brian Gallagher. This is Community Connection. It's brought to you by Cornhusker Toyota Honda, Nebraska's only combined Toyota Honda dealership. We're going to talk about fire safety this morning. Here's a guy with his fire suit on and ready to go, Mike Bachhoven from Central District Health Department. How did you find that?
Man, I am, Halloween's coming up, right?
Okay. All right. Safety first.
Yeah. Well, I'm not as brave as most of the people, in the GIFD, but man, we've done a series of videos here at the health department with Jared Stockwell, who does a lot of work with the community, and so if you want to head over to our website, which is cdhd.ne.gov, you can kind of see a real firefighter giving you some advice. But I'll take what he told me and give it to you. How about that?
Got it. Here's one
Cool.
thing I do know about fire safety. There's kind of two sides to it because you need to make sure that you're safe at your home or your office because fire can happen in an instant. If you don't take care of it and then suddenly you become a victim, your health will change for the rest of your life. So it is vital that you understand and implement some of these safety ideas.
Absolutely. I think that's a real good way to put it. We don't often talk about the consequences of fire, but even if you get out, lung damage that can happen from smoke, that's a real thing. But when I talked to Jared, a lot of what he talked about was just kind of basic stuff that but maybe ought to be reminded of from time to time. So smoke detectors. I mean, you hear it all the time, but each floor, in each bedroom, outside of the bedrooms, those are the things that are going to get you out in the case of a fire. And then change the batteries. You hear that low smoke detector beep, go ahead and change them, and you'd be surprised how many people don't do that. If there is a fire, get low, make a plan to get out of your house, make sure everyone's accounted for. And then one thing he said that surprised me was once you're out of the house, you'd be surprised how many people go back in, to try to grab the scrapbooks or grab the fire safe or whatever it is. And he said, once you're out, that's the thing you should focus on. Then get in the fire department there, and that's what they're trying to do. And then they'll handle it after you're out of the house.
That's why there are experts giving these pieces of advice. They have gone through this before, usually as the ones trying to get people out of houses. You can go back and get some of your valuables afterwards, especially if it's a safe or something. They're going to make it.
Yep.
Some of those other ones, unfortunately, they may go, but it is not worth going back in for a piece of paper.
Absolutely. The other bit that Jared mentioned in our videos is that we are coming up on dry leaf season. The leaves are going to start falling from the trees here pretty soon, at least in theory. And he said that one of the biggest things they see is cigarettes plus leaves equals fire. And that a lot of times you just, you dispose of a cigarette or a cigar or whatever it is, whatever little fire you have improperly, and the leaves act as an accelerant, and next thing you know, you've got yourself a fire. So he said if you pay attention to leaves, kind of where they are, make sure that they're far away from fire, you're going to do better than if you don't.
We're talking with Mike Bachhoven from Central District Health Department. They are working hand in hand with the Grand Island Fire Department to try to spread the word about fire safety, whether it's inside your home, outside your home, whether it's at your place of business. It doesn't matter. There are some important things to do. And you talked about having a plan. You talked about making sure you have a rendezvous point once you get outside of your building. But these are things that you need to prepare for in advance, because if that moment hits, your memory will get very clouded very quickly. So these are things that you have to somehow have ingrained in your brain so you don't have to think about it. You just do it.
Yeah, I think that's right. And one of the things he mentioned in the video is know how to get out of your bedroom in a way that's not your door. And I was thinking about that for my house. I'm like, oh man, that's, I need to put some thought into this, So even if it just prompts you to think about, where to go, what to do, how to respond, I think you're in better shape. And that's why things like October being Fire Awareness Month exist.
Maybe I'm going to have to put in some more bushes that have cushions.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a fall. Does not sound real appealing, but it's better than, facing a fire, I suppose.
Yeah, some of those bristly bushes have got to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, those are some things that we need to work on at the G House, but that's things that we can conquer. Now, you mentioned that these videos are available on your website.
Yeah, yeah, we do a weekly series where we tackle just kind of basic public health stuff. So we've done videos with John Rosalind from the disaster management, Grand Island Disaster Management. We've done stuff with the fire department. We're going to be doing some other co-ops here pretty soon. And there's a lot that goes into health, and the more that you're just reminded of these small things, maybe think about them, maybe make a small change, then if you run into a situation where you're actually confronted with it, you're better off.
Just like that, you can be better prepared in case fire becomes part of your life. And I'm not talking about a warm fire on a cold winter day. I'm talking about a fire that can literally change your life. If you have any questions, you can contact the Central Nebraska or Central District Health Department at 385-5175. Mike Bachhoven, thanks, and hang on to that fire hat. I think that's a good look on you.
Yeah, it can be dashing, but I hit my head on the doorway.
Dashing. That's the word of the day. Dashing. Thanks, Mike.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Good morning from AM 1430 KRGI 105.5 FM.